Okay, so one of my Twitter friends and a new friend asked me to go ahead and post this video of me doing this poem. So, because I want you to focus on the words, I'm just posting the video, no pics. So here it goes. It's called If. If you're so pretty, how come don't nobody ever ask you out? If you're so gifted, how come you ain't famous by now? If you're so special, why they always treat you like ish? And if you're so tough, why you cry when I say this? If you're so pretty, how come don't nobody ever ask you out? And if you're so gifted, how come you ain't famous by now? If you're so special, why they always treat you like ish? And if you're so tough, why you cry when I say this? It's a cold, cold world, and there are lots of boys and girls who turn these questions over and over inside their minds, trying to find the answers to the questions, the morals to the lessons, asking themselves, why me? I'm not the broken girl from the broken home who dropped out or flaked out and got a GED. I'm Mrs. Summa Cum Laude, Mr. Never So Shoddy, the number one hottie, the it girl, the hot boy. That's me. So why am I faced with all the questions of the lowly and the less degreed? Why does my harvest seem so little when I planted a bumper seed? Why am I the left behind if greatness is who I'm supposed to be? I try to refocus the lens, but my mind just keeps replaying the scene. If you're so pretty, how come don't nobody ever ask you out? If you're so gifted, how come you ain't famous by now? If you're so special, why they always treat you like ish? If you're so tough, why you cry when I say this? How many times can I convince myself that they're just intimidated? Trying to be patient, but I'm getting tired of waiting. Trying to be smiley to signal to them my newfound availability, but they walk right past oblivious and still ain't checking for me. Maybe they think I'm ugly. Maybe my standards are too high. Maybe I viewed myself through deceptive lenses that made me think that I was just too fly. Maybe I bought into the lie. Tears fill up my eyes. I hear my voice scream, why? I'm having an outer body experience, a crisis of identity, trapped in my own existence, dying to be set free. I cannot accept mediocrity, but why does excellence seem to elude me? I'm confusing my expectations that don't meet my reality. I'm trying to fit into a mold much smaller than my mind will allow me to be. Still, I ask, if you're so pretty, how come don't nobody ever ask you out? If you're so gifted, how come you ain't famous by now? If you're so special, why they always treat you like ish? If you're so tough, why you cry when I say this? Then my mind begins to flicker as the revelation occurs. I'm reminded of the tempter when he spoke these very words. If thou be the Son of God, why don't you fall down and worship me? See, he tried to play him like a pauper, though he knew he was the king. And that's the very thing this Joker was trying to do to me. You see, I am special, and that's not defined by what is seen. That's why I could never really actually stomach this mediocrity. I tried to, but couldn't stand it. My being demanded more, abhorring the average, the simple, the plain. From the foundations of the world, I was ordained to be king, and you knew it all along and sought to kill my self-esteem, trying your best to make me think that all this was because of me, speaking in my ears in a voice sounding like my own, training me from generations of others in my home, teaching me to cloak my words in shyness, too timid to be bold, saying if you were this or if you were that, then this would be your effect, using faulty logic to try to get into my head, saying if you're so pretty, how come don't nobody ever ask you out? If you're so gifted, how come you ain't famous by now? If you're so special, why they always treat you like ish? And if you're so tough, why you cry when I say this? And I say, they didn't ask me out because I aimed too low. I tried to masquerade as a turkey instead of flying where the eagles go. I am gifted. I'm just waiting for purpose and opportunity to align. Where Chronos meets Kairos in the fullness of time. I don't listen to the voices unless they line up with the word. I only write what I hear my father say in every hook and verse. I don't rehearse or practice. I just plug into him. In him I live, move, function, unction, and breathe. He is the paintbrush in the portrait that produces my artistry. You see, I am him and he is me, so there's no need for if because he makes my am complete.